Welcome to the finale of the King of the Yard 2 tournament. I am the magnificent Johnny Johnson, and I will be guiding you through the semifinals, the quarterfinals, and the final round matchup of this tournament. The first round 3 matchup that we got for your face is Mr. Judgment from DBW, who will be going one-on-one with the WCF champion, the mother effing super villain, DAMIEN FATALE. And what these men have been through so far in this tournament is nothing compared to what's ahead of them, and it all starts with this matchup right here. But going forward, we also have Victor Van Pelt, who some may say has gotten to round 3 underhandedly, shystily, but he will be going up against the S-tier David LOWELL from NUW, and he has a mountain to climb. There will be no shenanigans or hooliganism used to get by his opponent. And speaking of shystiness, you got NEVON McDonald, who has inserted himself back into this tournament and made it to round 3 after picking up a win over Corey Graves, and he will be going one-on-one against one of the most dominant men in this performance in this tournament so far. It will be Dirty DECICCO from UWE, and this will be a matchup for the ages. 2 legends one-on-one. But first and foremost, the man who made it to round 3 in round 1, ZACK COBALT from BWE, who's impressed so many viewers watching this tournament, will be going one-on-one against NUW's Continental Champion, the DARKSIDE, who many people have predicted to go far. But it will be determined in a matter of moments. These 2 legends one-on-one right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for
And no one in round 1 made an impact like this man did.
From Farmington, Connecticut,
He was able to advance to round 2, and just like that, was able to advance to round 3 after an impromptu calling out of the pitbull James Cordero. ZACK COBALT, very well liked by everybody. You gotta respect his talent. He's been doing it for so long. He is a veteran.
put me over.
He may not have much experience here at NUW, but that could all change with a victory here today over the DARKSIDE.
And his opponent, I thought we told you, from the motherfucking streets.
But I've been told, I got my info. The DARKSIDE has been wanting to go one-on-one with ZACK COBALT for numerous years. He's always respected the work he did in BWE, and when DARKSIDE went up to BWE, Zack Cobalt was one of the first guys who stood out to him as one of the top level performers in that company. But now in that time since then, the DARKSIDE has become a top level performer in one of the top tier BYW companies in the entire world. And the DARKSIDE isn't gonna let nostalgia in the form of Zack Cobalt get in the way of the DARKSIDE's hopes and dreams of becoming the king of the yard. And you see the DARKSIDE's eye, it is still black, it is still swollen. And now, here we go. Cobalt looking for a back suplex, but the DARKSIDE lands on his feet, looking for an unprettier. Cobalt setting him off into the ropes and tripping him up, and now double stomping the back of the DARKSIDE. And Cobalt might have thought he had it there real quick. With the stomps now to the chest of the DARKSIDE.
Hey, we're doing post commentary. Yeah.
Cobalt working over the DARKSIDE in the corner. And now picking him up, lifting him up to his feet. And delivered a knife edge chop. Vicious knife edge chop by Zack Cobalt. And a second chop right to the chest. And they're taking off that wrist tape. The DARKSIDE's in bad shape here in the corner. And Cobalt continuing to work him over. And now choking him with that wrist tape. Go face, he'll let some stuff slide, but he ain't gonna let something like that slide. Now in the corner, back in, DARKSIDE hitting the heel kick, springboarding out of that corner, and now the DARKSIDE with some momentum, springboarding off that middle rope and hitting a swanton to the chest of Zack Cobalt. But Cobalt rolling him up, and Cobalt almost had him, almost snuck one out. Cobalt Irish whipping DARKSIDE off into the rope, but DARKSIDE dropping him on his head with a DDT. Beautiful counter reversal by the DARKSIDE, who now has that headlock applied. Look at this again. The counter by the DARKSIDE coming off that rope and hitting that beautiful DDT. And now he's still got the headlock applied. That guillotine. And now Cobalt has got him rolled up. His shoulders are down. And DARKSIDE having to kick out and break the hold. Both these men very well versed in wrestling. They both know what it takes to get the job done inside that ring. DARKSIDE with big forearm strikes, and now a big knee right to the gut of Zack Cobalt. And another knee right to the head. Cobalt forgets he's in New York. And a big drop kick out of the corner. The DARKSIDE in full control so far. And now springboarding up the rope and hitting a disaster kick. Cobalt is loopy. Cobalt has no clue where he is right now. He knows though, he is in round 3. He knows that much, and he knows to kick out. Because if he doesn't, he will not be advancing. He will stop short in his quest to becoming the king of the yard. But now Cobalt with the reversal, that counter, setting him into the corner with that clubbing blow. And now the DARKSIDE is down. And a big drop kick right to the face by Zack Cobalt. The DARKSIDE looks out as you see that eye. And oh my God, in heaven, what a stiff drop kick right to the face of the DARKSIDE. We gotta see that again. The impact straight to the face, feet first. And now Cobalt looking for another drop kick, but the DARKSIDE gets out of the way of it. And Cobalt comes up with nothing. DARKSIDE now with a forearm to the face and a DDT from the knees. COBALT is out. And now the dark side coming out here. He is going up top. He is on the top and he is flying, but COBALT moves out of the way and the dark side crashes and burns, coming up with nothing. Absolutely nothing but canvas. And the dark side is out. COBALT trying to gain some wherewithal here. Trying to figure out where he is. Both these guys have taken some very impactful maneuvers so far in this matchup. It's been very back and forth. And they're both making their way slowly to their feet. Darkside ducks the clothesline, but they both collide in the center of the ring, both looking for a clothesline. Good God, the impact. ZACK COBALT going flying. The Darkside not coming out clean on that encounter either. And both these men again slowly trying to make their way to their feet. And they are struggling. Both are struggling.
They're both
But the Darkside is up first. And COBALT, he is up, but he is wobbling. Especially after these forearm strikes by the Darkside. And now the Darkside with the Irish whip to the opposite corner. Looking for a clothesline. COBALT mitts and hits a German suplex. That is it. But the Darkside able to kick out of a big German suplex by ZACK COBALT. And now COBALT, he's got the waist lock. And now a second German, bridging German suplex, but it is not enough to put away the Darkside. The Darkside still is in this match, still is alive in the King of the Yard tournament. After two massive German suplexes dropping him right on the back of his head. And now a chin breaker by the Darkside, and a big neck breaker by the Darkside. And now the Darkside climbing out here again to the outside, climbing up again to the top rope, looking for better success, more success, better results. And now it's the giant flying squirrel. Massive flying squirrel by the Darkside from the top rope, coming crashing down on COBALT. But COBALT able to kick out at two. The flying squirrel is not enough to put away ZACK COBALT. He is a legend for a reason. He is one of the best to never do it at the slaughterhouse.
Come on!
He would be a welcomed addition to any roster. And now the Darkside calling for the finish, looking for the twisted mind. But COBALT able to roll him up and almost getting the victory. And a big rolling elbow. Good Lord. The Darkside is out cold. I don't know how the Darkside just kicked out of that rolling elbow. It looked like it took his head off. And now a big kick right to the head. And now COBALT with a suplex. The Darkside is out cold in the center of the ring. COBALT is climbing to the top, and we've seen him finish both his opponents so far with this maneuver. But the Darkside moving out of the way of the elbow. COBALT coming up with nothing, and now the Darkside looking to end it, but rolled up again in a small package, and the Darkside able to kick out before the count of three. ZACK COBALT, very technical, looking for a boot, but the Darkside catches it, and now reversing into the Twisted Mind, and he connects with a Twisted Mind. That is it. That is it. ZACK COBALT is done, but he gets a foot. ZACK COBALT with his foot on the bottom rope, and we have never, in all our time of NUW, seen anyone kick out or get a foot on the bottom rope. We have never seen anything like that. Anytime the Twisted Mind has connected, it's led to the end of a match. And now the Darkside looking for it again. He is looking for a second Twisted Mind, but COBALT able to stomp on the foot and kick him in the head, and then hit a cutter, jumping cutter by ZACK COBALT. And could this be it? Could this be the end? But COBALT not going for a cover, opting instead. What the hell is he doing?
Egg crates are illegal.
He's got an egg crate. And now COBALT springboarding up, but slipping because of the wetness here. It is still raining, but still able to hit a drop kick coast to coast from one side of the ring to the other. The Darkside, to the delight of this crowd, is alive and is well. I don't know how well he is. I can't tell you how well he is. He's alive though, after this drop kick coast to coast, straight to the chest. And COBALT now wondering what in the world he's got to do to put the Darkside away. Looking for a brain buster, but the Darkside lands on his feet. And now a kick to the gut. He's got arms hooked. He's got him up, and he drives him down with the Twisted Mind. And that is it. That is it. The second Twisted Mind is enough to finally put away ZACK COBALT after one hell of an opening round matchup. The Darkside will be advancing to the semifinals. What a match. What a contest between these two men. We take nothing away from ZACK COBALT. There were moments in this match where you thought ZACK COBALT for sure had it in the bag. Our jaws hit the floor when he got his foot on that bottom rope after that Twisted Mind. We have never seen anybody in history do something like that. And the respect is evident coming from the Darkside towards ZACK COBALT. But it will be the Darkside moving on to round 4 to the semifinals. Both men you gotta give it up to for that performance, but the Darkside will be moving on. And up next, we have Mr. Judgment, and he will be going one-on-one with DAMIEN FATALE, two of the most dominant champions from their company's history, and they will settle it. We will see who is moving on to round 4.
The following contest is a round 3 matchup and scheduled for 1
Not many people gave DAMIEN FATALE any chance to defeat Shadow Grim in round 2 and move on to this matchup. But he is here. He did just that. And not many people give him a shot in the dark to beat Mr. Judgment. But hell, a lot of people think that DAMIEN FATALE is gonna come in here and beat Mr. Judgment. There are mixed feelings by many of the fans. Neither one of these guys particularly that well liked. Respected, sure. Everybody knows both these men can get it done inside the ring. However, their personalities leave much to be desired. DAMIEN FATALE coming out here with that axe handle. Goldface might want to take that from him, I don't know. Maybe he's intimidated. Who wouldn't be intimidated looking at the mother effing supervillain? Especially when he's carrying that axe handle and that championship belt. When a man everybody pretty much that Johnny Johnson has spoken to regarding this tournament and the outcome. So many people have predicted this man right here, Mr. Judgment from DBW, to go all the way to the finals and become the King of the Yard. He has got a skill set that is unmatched, and you have to be a force to stop this gargantuan, quick, cerebral individual. He is one of the best in the world. And he is unstable, completely unstable. Johnny Johnson tried to get his autograph, and he took my soul. And I'm still trying to get it back. Mr. Judgment, he is despised, he is disliked, he is getting trash thrown at him. But you can't be biased. You may not like the man.
Like him or not.
He is the bona fide truth. This will be one hell of a matchup. The first time these two men have collided. It is the top of the food chain for two companies. The WCF out of Baltimore, Maryland,
Despicable human
and DBW from Shippensburg, Pennsylvania.
I'm very excited. Ring the bell.
And Goldface has started it off. Both these men trying to size each other up.
$20 an hour, babe?
They're not gonna get much love from the crowd here at the slaughterhouse. That's for damn sure. And Fatale backing off.
Come big.
Damien Fatale, very smart performer inside the ring. He knows what it takes to get the job done. And just like that, you know, there's gonna be a battle of two of the most underhanded, sneaky competitors. And Damien Fatale just won up Mr. Judgment. And he has the advantage in the early stages of this matchup, dropping him down on his head with a DDT. Good Lord. Capable of breaking a neck. Put it in the steaming pot. Arnold could tell you about that if he ever gets back from the asylum. But Mr. Judgment just sitting right up. That's the type of freaky power this man possesses. He's otherworldly. He's borderline mystical. And now, just the quicker of the two men. They're both thinking the same thing with the kicks, but Mr. Judgment just that much quicker. All it takes is one step sometimes that makes a difference. Mr. Judgment can tell you all about that. He's been one step ahead of his competition for years. And so far in this tournament, he has been multiple steps ahead of his competition. We will see if Damien Fatale can get himself back in this one, or if Mr. Judgment's just gonna make quick work of him. Judgment in full control. Got Damien Fatale down in the corner, picking him up by his hair. These shots, these strikes. You can always expect the strikes from Mr. Judgment. And now send him into the rope. And now hitting a big T-bone suplex. Dropping him right on the back of his head. This could be it right here. But Damien Fatale, he's a lot tougher than a lot of people give him credit for. But a lot of those people are just biased. I'll tell you that right now. Fatale is a legend. And he is here taking part in the King of the Yard 2 tournament. It's Mr. Judgment. I'm not sure he's ingratiating himself to any of these fans, as you see again. The T-bone suplex by Mr. Judgment, a thing of beauty. He's dropped so many men in wrestling down on the back of their head, but now Fatale's fighting back out of the corner with kicks to the gut. And a big jumping famouser, huge famouser. God, did you see how Mr. Judgment landed on his head? I don't know how he kicked out of that one. Look at this. Look how he landed right on his forehead. And now we are back, Damien Fatale. Speaking of the back, laying the beat down on the back of Mr. Judgment. And now working on the arm. That's what you gotta do to a large man like Mr. Judgment. Especially when he's so damn quick, he's so agile. You gotta take apart his extremities. It seems like Damien Fatale's figuring that out right now. He's using the rope to work at the arm. You gotta be extra careful in this King of the Yard tournament not to get yourself disqualified. Damien Fatale really going to work on that shoulder, on that arm of Mr. Judgment. And now with the big boot, Goldface making him break it. Before he breaks the neck. He's really going to work on that neck too. He dropped him a couple times with a DDT with the famouser. Judgment kicks him in the gut, going for a Judgment Slam, but not enough. And now Judgment hits a big monster leg drop right to the face. It looked like Judgment didn't have enough power. Fatale's been working on his arm the whole matchup. And that's why you work over a man's arm. You work over him enough, but we could have it right here. After that monster leg drop, it was not enough. But it seemed like, look at this right down on his damn face. We will see going forward how that arm has affected Judgment. You see him favoring the arm right here. And now going again for a Judgment Slam, but still not enough. And Fatale lands on his feet and hits a big spear. Big spear to Judgment. And Judgment is down. Judgment is on his back. Can Fatale gain the momentum, taking advantage in this matchup against Mr. Judgment? Look at this again. Big spear, huge collision. And Fatale staying on the attack. That's what you gotta do against Mr. Judgment. You can't let this man get back to his feet. And now Fatale locking in a headlock. But he is very close to the ropes. And Judgment not even bothering to grab the rope, pushing him off, and now hitting a big choke slam into a rock bottom type maneuver. How Mr. Judgment did not pick up a victory with a maneuver as impactful as that. So many men have fallen victim to Mr. Judgment and his powerful arsenal of weapons. Sometimes it is only a matter of moves.
Judgment.
It'll be 2-3 moves and Mr. Judgment already has the matchup won. And right now he is looking to take Damien Fatale, but Damien Fatale going for an NFG and the Judgment Slam by Mr. Judgment. Mr. Judgment putting, oh my God, good Lord. mercy here at the King of the Yard too.
Shoulder up. Shoulder up.
Did Damien Fatale get his shoulder up in time? Check this out again. After a big judgment slam, Mr. Judgment going for a cover.
Controversy, but it's two.
Goldface saying it was only 2. The rest of the crowd's thinking it's 3. But Judgment back up. Judgment with Fatale in the center of the ring on his knees and a big scissor kick to the back of the head by Mr. Judgment. And that is it. Damien Fatale able to kick out of a Judgment slam, but perhaps it was only instinctual. He was put away by that scissor kick to the back of the head. The power behind that scissor kick. It's like a guillotine. Yeah, you bastard, Mr. Judgment, you sink it all in. But you will be moving to round 4 after a dominant victory over a very well-matched opponent. Damien Fatale, you cannot sleep on him and what he has come here and accomplished at the King of the Yard 2 tournament. But after a scissors kick to the back of the head, Mr. Judgment will be moving on to round 4, to the semi-finals.
Once a mortal, always a mortal. Boom!
And we will see how far Mr. Judgment can take it from here, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the mother effing supervillain from the WCF. You gotta hail Satan on that one, because the good Lord certainly didn't bring it to us. What a matchup. But up next, we got an amazing matchup in itself, as Victor Van Pelt from KWA goes one-on-one with the S-Tier NUW's David Lowell in what will be a clash in 2 of the best in BYW.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. And it is a
And certainly say what you will about the path that this guy took to get to his position in round 3. His first round matchup really wasn't against anybody that special, and it hurts Donnie Johnson's heart to say that about the King of the Yard too. But hey, you gotta be real, you gotta be honest.
Oh my God! Do you know?
He hit his second round opponent, Evan Blake, in the face with a box of cookies with a damn rock in it.
Wow!
And he certainly has the gift of gab, if you want to call it that. Diarrhea of the mouth. He's like a sewer that just won't stay closed, and he keeps spewing out a bunch of bullshit every second. Somebody gotta plug this damn hole up. And hopefully, you know, Johnny's praying. He's been going to church for the first time ever. He's hoping David Lowell is the one to shut this guy up once and for all. Send him packing back to Pennsylvania. And the S-Tier, who has been doing it for so long, came here to make his mark in his first ever King of the Yard tournament. And he has done just that. He is fond of gaming, and he has put on his game face here today in round 3. He knows it, the people know it, and they know what to expect. These two guys clashing inside the ring. Victor Van Pelt better be careful. His mouth. Don't write a check that his ass can't cash.
All right.
Be kind of weird. Your ass could cash checks, but you know how the saying goes, damn it. David gonna make sure that this matchup comes down to athletic ability and not how you can flap your gums. Goldface making sure both these guys know what's on the line, know that all it's gonna take is cleanliness from this matchup. And Victor Van Pelt sliding out, slinking out to the outside like a snake, like a dog with his tail between his legs.
The OG of $1 million, the bank account cleaner, the king of dollar style, and especially your mother's favorite wrestler.
Yeah, we know the routine.
You suck, Van Pelt.
What is it at?
We know who you are, Victor. We're aware. Now we want to see you wrestle. These fans didn't pay their good, hard-earned money to come here and see this clown dance around ringside, reciting his little gimmick. Yeah, you mean little gimmick.
What are you trying to say? I'm always ready to go, brother.
I say you're on top. Take your time.
Goldface quick to count this man out. He ain't gonna play no games, hold no punches. And David just casually waiting. There's nothing else he could really do except be prepared to brawl if this guy ever actually wants to lock up. And here we go. Here we go. And a wrist lock by Victor Van Pelt.
You think I'm just somebody who messes around? I'm Victor Van Pelt, baby. Yeah.
These two men right in each other's face, talking.
All right. Yeah.
David LOWELL able to reverse the wrist lock. You can't put past David his wrestling ability. But Van Pelt now kipping up and now arm dragging David LOWELL into the corner. And Victor Van Pelt now has the high ground. David LOWELL on the outside holding his back trying to regroup.
The diamond of the industry. The king of
And he doesn't need as long as Van Pelt did. David LOWELL, he is a savvy ring veteran. He has learned from the best. He was on a tag team with the inaugural King of the Yard tournament winner, Cameron Jackson. And he's picked up so many skills and techniques from that legend. He could write a damn book. And now circling around the head, spinning around the back, and applying that side headlock. David LOWELL has it sinked in deep under the chin of Victor Van Pelt. He's giving him some noogies to add insult to injury. Something Victor Van Pelt is very familiar with. He's not usually on the other end of receiving the insult. And now working his way back up to his feet. Victor Van Pelt shooting David LOWELL off the ropes and then hitting a big drop kick. Victor Van Pelt. He is masterful at striking. You gotta give him at least that much credit. He's not just all talk.
Van Pelt, you bum.
Most of the time. A lot of the time, all he does is talk, so you kind of gotta get confused. You don't know what to expect from this guy when he actually gets serious. But he has the ability to turn it on when needed. And now he is working David LOWELL over in that corner, back up, and then a big knee right to the chin, dropping David LOWELL to the mat.
must hurt, doesn't it?
And this is what Van Pelt does.
Does it hurt?
He just stays on the attack while he's talking smack.
Oh, man. Oh.
Come on, David!
He will kick you, he will stomp you. He will tell you that your mother thinks he's his favorite wrestler. Her favorite wrestler, whatever she is. I don't know. 2019, I don't assume genders.
Do you know who I am?
David LOWELL had enough of the smack talk right in his face and now going for a suplex, but Van Pelt reversing the suplex and dropping David LOWELL back down to the mat. Just when LOWELL looked like he had an opening, Victor Van Pelt squashing it right in the bud. And now a beautiful leg lock. Almost like a half Boston crab. Van Pelt don't want to get too arrogant, don't want to get too cocky. You can't give anybody like David LOWELL with his type of skill set and expertise. You can't give him an opening. You can't give him any type of momentum. And LOWELL able to get to the bottom rope. Forcing the break by Goldface, who's done a magnificent job here so far tonight. As always.
You can do it!
Van Pelt now stalking, gingerly stalking David LOWELL, and in a back suplex.
You can't do it!
Big back suplex, dropping David LOWELL right down on his back, on his neck. Good God, you're gonna break the camera lens. And now stalking David LOWELL again is Victor Van Pelt and applying a side
You
headlock.
like that, huh? You like that?
Deep side headlock by Victor Van Pelt. You see David trying to fight his way out of it, but Van Pelt just has too much control over the situation. And they're back up on their feet. LOWELL back up on his feet, sending, and then a big drop kick. LOWELL sent Victor Van Pelt into the ropes and connected with a huge drop kick. Much like Van Pelt had done to him earlier in this matchup. David LOWELL returning the favor. Now sending him through the ropes. Van Pelt landing on his feet on the outside. Staggering a little bit, but LOWELL going up with a suicide dive. LOWELL taking him out with a suicide dive. We never see a move like that. Big suicide dive taking him out. LOWELL back on the outside. He's favoring that back. Now Van Pelt, he has looked like he's got his back up against the rope, so to speak. David LOWELL with the strikes. David LOWELL looks like he is drained, but still in control, still doing whatever he can to take out David LOWELL, and now picking him up for a back suplex and coming down like a side effect, but it is still not enough. Victor Van Pelt able to get his shoulder up after a very unique and innovative maneuver from David LOWELL. David, though, really favoring his back. And without a back, there's not much you can do when it comes to wrestling. You can't lift somebody up. You know, it's hard to fly, it's hard to springboard. And now, David LOWELL introduced face first to that top turnbuckle. Victor Van Pelt saw an opening, and he took full advantage. And now he is back in control with the boot to the throat in the corner of David LOWELL. Victor Van Pelt still, after all this, still in the face of LOWELL, talking trash, and now with the boot, the kick, right to the face, the grill, the mug piece of David LOWELL. He's not doing any favors for him, but now LOWELL, he's had enough. He's had enough of this bullshit, and he's fighting his way back out of the corner. He's got Van Pelt in the corner, and now he's laying the kicks to the chest of Van Pelt. David LOWELL in the corner on the opposite side, and hitting a big forearm right to the face. Right to the face, and Victor Van Pelt is down. Victor Van Pelt is down, ladies and gentlemen. He is loopy. He doesn't know which planet he's on. He thinks he's somewhere on Pluto. And now, David LOWELL climbing to the top. He is perched up on the top rope. Victor Van Pelt motionless on the ground, and we see a big frog splash in homage of the inaugural King of the Yard winner, Cameron Jackson. Could this be enough? Will this be it? All David LOWELL has to do is get an arm, and there he is. One. What? Good Lord. Kicking out of the black toad splash. Victor Van Pelt stays in this matchup. He keeps himself alive. Look at this. The impact coming down from the top of the tent.
Come on!
That's a good 10-foot drop. David LOWELL, all his mass, all his weight crashing down, but now looking for a second, and Victor Van Pelt has it scouted with the uppercut. And now following him up there, looking for a superplex. Both these men on the top rope, crashing down. Superplex by Victor Van Pelt to David LOWELL. And now just like that, if Victor Van Pelt can get an arm over David LOWELL, this could be it. Victor Van Pelt could be advancing after a superplex, dropping David LOWELL right on his head. Right on his damn head. And now Van Pelt is crawling. He's crawling. He's got a cover. But David LOWELL kicking out. David LOWELL fighting to stay alive in the King of the Yard 2 tournament. Good Lord. Which one of these men will be advancing? What does one have to do to the other? And they are both still talking smack to each other after all this. Van Pelt in the face talking smack, and now getting the kick right to the back of the head. Van Pelt with the quick kick, and now working over LOWELL in the corner. Van Pelt lifting up David LOWELL. He's got him on his shoulders, and then flipping him down. Good Lord, the impact. Victor Van Pelt flipping him down, face first. Look at this. That's gotta be it. It's gotta be the end of the matchup right here. But David LOWELL getting his foot on the rope. David LOWELL, the only thing he can do, the only way he can stay alive. And Victor Van Pelt cannot believe it. He is in shock. He is in disbelief. And what will he have to do? That's it. Money shot. He hit the money shot. But David LOWELL kicking out of the money shot. David LOWELL kicking out of anything that Victor Van Pelt throws in his direction. And you can see the look on Van Pelt's face. He cannot believe it. And now he is back up, still in the ear of David LOWELL, still talking smack to David LOWELL, and now going for a money shot. LOWELL moving out of the way. And now LOWELL measuring Victor Van Pelt. super kick. David LOWELL with the big super click across the face. Dropping him down, shattering his cheekbone. And now David LOWELL to the outside. He could be looking for the crash bomber.
Come on.
LOWELL springboarding up, but Van Pelt moves out of the way. Van Pelt avoiding it. He avoids the contact. And casually, very casually and gingerly, he is laying in the knees now. And another money shot. Another money shot right to the face of David LOWELL. And LOWELL grabs the bottom rope. LOWELL's still alive. LOWELL is still alive. Good Lord, after an onslaught, after a flurry of strikes, followed by a money shot. David LOWELL is still alive. Check this out. Look at these knees right to the chin. And then the money shot connecting with the cheekbone. The opposite cheekbone. So now those are two different cheekbones. But now we're back live. And Van Pelt does a double drop kick to the referee Goldface and his opponent David LOWELL. The shystiness continues from Victor Van Pelt. And now what is he gonna do? Goldface is down. There is no authority here. Van Pelt looking for a back suplex, but David LOWELL bringing him down with a big DDT. Beautiful counter by David LOWELL. Now LOWELL pulling him to the center of the ring. LOWELL sees his opening. He knows that this could be his moment. After so much has gone down so far in this matchup, will David LOWELL be the one to finish it right here? And now he might have changed his mind. He might be switching up the game plan, going to the top rope. He was looking for the crash bomber, but now he hits a giant moonsault, a big moonsault, crashing down on Victor Van Pelt. David LOWELL crawling. He is crawling. He sees Goldface. Goldface is down. Goldface. He is barely conscious. LOWELL trying to drag Goldface into the ring to make the count. He has the cover. But Van Pelt kicking out. Van Pelt kicking out at 2. After this huge moonsault crashing down on Van Pelt's sternum. It could have been it. Had Goldface been fully conscious, it could have been it. But because Van Pelt knocked him out, Goldface was slow to make the count. A low blow, but LOWELL's staying with it. He's staying with it. He's trying with all his might to lift up Victor Van Pelt. And Van Pelt is up. But the strike to the knee, to the back of the knee, and a money shot by Victor Van Pelt. The third money shot of this matchup. And it is enough to finally put down the S-tier David LOWELL. Victor Van Pelt will be moving on to the semifinals. A huge victory by Victor Van Pelt, taking out David LOWELL. David LOWELL looking for his finisher, but it was countered by Van Pelt with a kick to the back of the knee, followed by a money shot. And we will see round 4, Victor Van Pelt moving on. God help us all. But up next, we have something very special for you with the final round 3 matchup as NUW's owner and the King of the Mountain, NEVON McDonald, goes one-on-one with UWE legend of backyard wrestling and former heavyweight champion, Dirty DECICCO.
My name is NEVON McDonald, and I am the king of the mountain. But you already know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Now, just in case any of you need filling in, and you haven't been watching the shystiness that has been coming from this man right here, he lost his first round matchup against the Blaze. He lost clean, and the Blaze moved on to round 2. But before, this guy's just out here beating out fans. Good Lord. He just thinks he can do whatever he wants. And now he's getting the barrage of trash. But the Blaze, he showed up for his round 2 match against Corey Graves, and right before the bell rang, NEVON McDonald showed up at ringside, and he took the Blaze out and almost snapped his ankle when he stomped on it in a chair. And now he's really feeling the barrage of garbage. Nobody here can respect how this guy has ended up in round 3. Yeah, he's a legend. Yeah, he's beaten some of the best, but not in this tournament. He did beat Corey Graves. We will have to give him that. But let's see him try some shystiness when it comes to this man right here, UWE's legend, Dirty DECICCO. He's a commodity of backyard wrestling. He's been a staple of backyard wrestling. No matter what company you're watching, he's been there. And Dirty DECICCO now looking to advance. But he knows how much of a challenge it's gonna be going up against a man who fixes all the rules.
I'm gonna treat him like I treated the Blaze. What I'm gonna do to you is even worse, DECICCO. This ain't no Everett Creed. This ain't no Rick Rio. I am the king of the mountain. I'm the bomb McDonald.
But you're not gonna be the king of this show.
We'll see about that.
Get him!
Yeah. You ready? Bring the blood.
Both these men certainly ready. And I have been waiting years, goddammit, to see these two men lock up. And here we go. But NEVON, right off the bat, trying to get dirty on dirty, striking him in the face. And now sending him off the rope. And Dirty ducking the big boot and hitting a big clothesline. That's the thing about Dirty DECICCO. He is a powerhouse like no other. Things that would knock out a normal human being don't even faze Dirty DECICCO. He's got power behind his punches. They measure in megatons. And now going to work on the chin of NEVON McDonald in the corner. And dropping him right down with a DDT. Dirty DECICCO, in his illustrious career, he has won championship gold. Clearly in UWE, he is one of the staple performers of that entire organization. He has been there for years. He is perhaps the most decorated of all their wrestlers, and now jumping an elbow right down on the heart of NEVON McDonald. Dirty DECICCO, he's been at Best in the Yard. He's main evented VTW mega events. I believe it was VTW Mania, but Johnny Johnson doesn't really pay too much attention to anything besides NUW these days. And now, NEVON McDonald fighting his way back and dropping down Dirty DECICCO with a double-arm DDT. And now off the rope and dropping a knee to the back of the head. Viciousness from NEVON McDonald. And wiping his boot on the forehead of DECICCO.
Peasants like all of you are nothing compared to a
You know Dirty is dirty, but he does play by the rules. He is very respectable. And he will have his limits tested here today against NEVON McDonald. There's nothing he can do but go along for the ride and hope it turns out well for him. But so far, NEVON McDonald has been working over Dirty DECICCO. You gotta give NEVON his just due. He is a great striker. And now, with a big clubbing blow to the chest, and a second knocking DECICCO down to his back. But DECICCO kicking out with ease. Look at this massive lariat. Right to the chest. NEVON McDonald, he knows how to work over his opponents, especially a man larger than him. He knows how to break you down. And now, looking for the boss man attack right to the face. Good lord, right to the face. The boss man attack. It is extra vicious here today at the King of the Yard. Round 3. McDonald, he is going to work. He is the CEO right now, and he is acting like it. We've seen for years this combination of strikes leading to the big elbow from the middle rope on the back of the head, and now it connects. NEVON McDonald dropping that big pointy elbow right to the back of the head of Dirty DECICCO. These two men fighting on the outside. And now DECICCO pushing NEVON back first into the pole. DECICCO now sending him face first into the pole. Utilizing the ring, utilizing his surroundings. Dirty DECICCO, that is what kept him on top of the game for so long. His wits, he's not just size, he's not just strength, he is brilliant, and now dropping him down with like an angle slam, an Olympic slam. But it is not enough. NEVON McDonald continuing to fight. Look at this Olympic slam coming down from such height off the shoulders of Dirty DECICCO, and now Dirty DECICCO back live, dropping a big leg drop to the face. Dirty DECICCO out of nowhere with that Hulk Hogan type leg drop.
Help me, Rhea. Help me.
And now the low blow by NEVON McDonald, who was grabbing Goldface, who was calling Goldface over. And it was only a matter of time before this shiesty bastard. Oh God! Oh God! Pile driver! But Dirty DECICCO somehow, after being dropped on the back of his head with a pile driver, is able to kick out. Good Lord! I've never seen a man this size get pile drivered like that. I don't know how he kicked out, but this is Dirty DECICCO that we're talking about. This is one of the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors. And now NEVON just riding his back, trying to take him out. He is fading quick. Dirty DECICCO has that locked in under his chin. And he is going to sleep. Goldface might have to check him. NEVON has that in deep. And that's 2. Goldface says 2. And DECICCO's still alive. DECICCO is fighting. There is still life left inside Dirty DECICCO. And he is fighting up. He is hitting elbows to the gut of NEVON McDonald and finally breaking free. Finally, the Dirty DECICCO is out of the headlock. But, oh God, Dirty DECICCO going off the ropes, looking for a clothesline and hit with a big knee to the face.
I'm not had it with you.
NEVON McDonald with a beautiful counter. And that's what makes him the best of the best. Yeah, he's the owner. Yeah, he makes his own rules and does whatever he wants. But he is a top-level competitor in backyard wrestling, and you gotta give him that. He uses his surroundings to his advantage. He may sneak in a low blow every now and then. But he does have skill. He is one of the best. And Dirty DECICCO with a headbutt. And a strike. A big punch to the gut. And a brain buster. Dirty DECICCO with the brain buster. Dropping him down on his head. Right on his dome. His cabeza, if you please. And now Dirty in the corner, looking for a spear perhaps to put it away. Going for the spear. NEVON moves out of the way. And Dirty hits that ring post. And now the roll up. The roll up. He's got the tights. Dirty kicking out. Even with the tights. NEVON grabbing the tights. And now NEVON with a big boot right to the head. But Dirty somehow staying on his feet. And now NEVON looking for a Royal Tuner. He connects with the Royal Tuner. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. All it takes is a 3 count. But Dirty DECICCO, he got his foot on the ropes. Dirty DECICCO stays alive. And there's nothing that NEVON McDonald can say to Goldface or can do to make that not count. Dirty DECICCO is alive and well in the King of the Yard tournament. And now NEVON McDonald looking straight in the eyes of Dirty DECICCO, telling him to get up, and now running at him, but Dirty DECICCO blocking it and picking him up. Dirty DECICCO's got him up and dropping him down with a power bomb. Big power bomb. And now going for the cover. And just in the nick of time, he was hit by this massive power bomb, and within inches, perhaps millimeters of a 3 count, NEVON McDonald was able to get his shoulders up off that mat. And now DECICCO with one arm whipping NEVON McDonald into that corner. And now NEVON pulling Goldface in the way of Dirty DECICCO. Goldface is out. Goldface is down. And we got a low blow. The low blow. The shystiness continues from NEVON McDonald. And now Goldface is down. Dirty DECICCO clutching at his testicles in pain. And NEVON out here in the crowd grabbing a chair, sliding that chair into the ring, looking to use it. And now the Blaze is out here. The Blaze grabbing the chair from NEVON McDonald and pushing it into his ribs. And now NEVON writhing in pain. DECICCO grabbing that steel chair. Holy shit. Barry Bonds juicing could not ever connect with the ball like Dirty DECICCO connected with the skull. With that chair off NEVON McDonald, and now up top, hitting a big splash. And NEVON McDonald finally finally is going home. Dirty DeCicco moves on. After a huge assist by the Blaze, getting his revenge. After being taken out of this tournament by NEVON McDonald. The Blaze comes in and affects this matchup like nothing nobody possibly ever could have imagined. And now he hits a big volcano drop right to the chest of NEVON McDonald. You'll see this massive chair shot cracking the skull of NEVON McDonald, and then the big splash from the middle rope by Dirty DeCicco. It will be sending him to the semifinals. It will be sending him to round 4. And you gotta be feeling Dirty DeCicco going into this next round. And you gotta love the Blaze. What a turn of events at the King of the Yard 2. But that will conclude round 3, and we will be advancing now to the semifinals, to round 4. And it will be a monumental round 4 as we kick it off with DBW's Mr. Judgment, the Prophet of Purgatory, going 1-on-1 with NUW Continental Champion, the DARKSIDE. And both these men have met before in a triple threat that was one of the best triple threats in all of backyard wrestling history. But they have never met one-on-one. And we will see here and now which one will advance. And two competitors who are not shy about their feelings, who will tell you exactly what they are thinking. It will be a clash against two of the top stars in all of backyard wrestling, not just two of the most successful in this tournament. From their companies, they respectively are considered at the top of the totem pole. And the DARKSIDE now, sporting a black eye still. He is out here to take on Mr. Judgment, who is one of the best ever in history. You cannot dispute that. The DARKSIDE, he has had a magnificent run so far this year. But he has never seen a competitor standing across the ring from like Mr. Judgment. Especially with so much on the line, with so much to gain going forward by winning this matchup. One of these two men will be advancing to the finals of the greatest tournament in all of backyard wrestling. Will it be this man? Will it be the Prophet of Purgatory? Will it be Mr. Judgment? He is one of the most sinister. Just by looking at him, just by him making his entrance is enough to make most men submit. But Mr. Judgment is on a level above. He is on a higher plane. And the DARKSIDE might want to back up. Don't know how wise this is with the DARKSIDE showing no fear in the face of Mr. Judgment. Sometimes you gotta wonder if DARKSIDE knows just how big he is. Sometimes it seems like he thinks he's 8 feet tall and 400 pounds.
got longer entrance than the Undertaker.
I don't know if you can respect the fact that he's not intimidated by any man, mortal, or, as in Judgment's case, immortal. But Mr. Judgment, taking his time, he is in no rush to beat down the dark side.
The souls called to me. This tournament was made for me.
He is extremely confident. He has taken so many souls in his lifetime.
This is stroking hand, that's why he does that.
And still the dark side mocking Mr. Judgment. You gotta wonder about the strategy, but it's gotten him here. It's gotten both these guys this far in the King of the Yard 2 tournament.
This man's soul.
If it ain't broke, then don't fix it. You gotta stick sometimes with what got you to the dance.
Just a dime, baby, that's all it's worth. Nope.
Goldface making sure both these men
Soul means nothing to me.
have a clean, fair fight.
I'm ready.
You ready?
You see the size advantage from Judgment.
Yes!
He is clearly the bigger of the two men. And now Judgment, quick to gain the advantage with a cheap shot to the gut of the dark side, and now punching him right in the forehead. The powerful strikes by Mr. Judgment. He's one of the strongest men in all of backyard wrestling, and they're choking the dark side out in the corner.
Alright, 4 counts that Goldface.
The strength clearly on Mr. Judgment's side for this matchup, and the dark side will have to reconsider his strategy going forward. Have to contemplate a different way of taking this behemoth out.
Yeah, you better be praying to Jesus.
Judgment, he is not a religious man by any means. He is a god in his own head and pulling Darkseid out, but now Darkseid fighting his way back up, hitting some uppercuts, and now going off the rope, but he's caught. And then with a big T-bone suplex to the Darkseid by Mr. Judgment, but the Darkseid able to get his shoulder up.
Two, yeah.
And the Darkseid will fight you to the death. Size advantage or not,
You overgrown bastard.
you will stay in it. You may have to kill him. You might have to take his soul. But Mr. Judgment has no objections to either one of those things. He will pick you apart and he will dissect you, destroy you, make it so that you never wrestle ever again, and everybody forgets your damn name and who you were in this community, because you never mattered. And a big leg drop right to the chest on the apron. And the Darkseid, he is barely moving. Judgment praying. And now a slap to the face by the Darkseid, who angers Mr. Judgment. And that is not smart. You do not want to piss this man off and get him angry. As he wrenches that leg that's wrapped up in the bottom rope. The Darkseid has not been able to get any momentum so far in this matchup. I don't think he's hit one offensive maneuver since the bell rang. Judgment now reaching into the eyes, raking those eyes, that face of the Darkseid. And now placing him back down, neck first on that bottom rope, choking him out right in the face of the referee. Judgment slowly stalking and picking apart the Darkseid, and it may only be a matter of time before the Darkseid is pinned is destroyed, is killed. He might be murdered. I don't know. Nobody cares here in Newburgh. And now Darkside going up, but slipping. He slipped, looking for that big heel kick, and Mr. Judgment able to take advantage, beating the back, raking the back, punch in the face, and now sending him into the other corner. But Darkside hits it this time. He hits it this time, coming up with the springboard heel kick. And finally knocking Mr. Judgment off his feet. Darkside going up, hitting a disaster kick to the face of Mr. Judgment. And finally now, the Darkside able to get a pinfall. But no, that is not it. Mr. Judgment powering out. And the Darkside looking to go up top. The Darkside is looking for the squirrel. The flying squirrel by the Darkside. He is climbing, but Judgment sitting up. And then a big Enziguri. Oh my God! The Darkside falling off that top rope, hitting the cameraman, landed on that table on the outside. Mr. Judgment with the wherewithal to kick the Darkside off that top rope. A big Enziguri right to the face. The Darkside could be done. Just when you thought the Darkside might have been gaining some momentum, Mr. Judgment does a maneuver like that takes him all but out of this tournament. And now Judgment could possibly be looking for the most sacrilegious move in all of backyard wrestling. He's got one.
Of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Jesus!
And he connects, sending the Darkside right into that bottom rope. The knee right to the face, and he is done. He is out. There is no life left in the body of the Darkside.
Wow.
Somehow, on pure instinct alone, he is able to get his shoulder up after kicking out. But there is nothing left. The lights are on, but there is nobody home. Look at this again. I don't know how his neck isn't broken.
That's all you got, you fucking demon son of a bitch. I don't even know what the hell you are.
And still the defiance of the Darkside. Talking the trash.
And you will beg for forgiveness before the end.
And the nose. Judgment trying to rip the nose off the face of the Darkside. He needs that nose, damn it. Judgment pulling the Darkside out of the corner and now locking in the figure 4 leg lock. The pain is evident on the face of the Darkside. The expression shown can say it all. He is locked inside that figure 4, and there is nowhere to go. He has no hope in moving. The body, the much larger body of Mr. Judgment, is punching at his legs. But that won't do anything. The Darkside is fighting. He is looking like he's about to tap. There's one tap, but the Darkside, with one last-ditch effort, able to fight his way to the bottom rope. But the damage could already be done, as you see him holding at those knees. And Judgment still is not finished working on the legs. Big foot DDT by Judgment. He is working over the legs of the Darkside.
The king of the yard has
Mr. Judgment could be looking to put it away, looking to end it all right here, and move on to the finals of the King of the Yard 2 tournament. He's got Darkside exactly where he wants him, but Darkside still trying to fight back, still with a back leg sweep. He's got Judgment off his feet. He's got his opening, and now the Darkside going up. He's climbing up. And he flies, and it's the flying squirrel right to the chest of Mr. Judgment. And the dark side, if he could roll over and make the cover. But just barely, with the arm over the chest of Mr. Judgment, it was not enough. The dark side is taking so much abuse in this matchup that all he could muster was getting an arm across the chest. Perhaps if he was able to hook a leg or make a better cover, he would have had a better result. And now the dark side, he's looking. He wants that twisted mind. He's stalking Mr. Judgment with a kick to the gut. And now looking for a twisted mind. He wants it. Mr. Judgment, though, is way too big. He is too massive of a human. Going for a judgment slam. Dark side, landing on his feet. Kick to the gut. He's got him. He's got both arms hooked and now drops him on the top of his head. And now going for the cover, and that is it. The dark side has just beaten Mr. Judgment with a twisted mind and advanced to the finals of the King of the Yard 2 tournament. What a monumental victory after it was all judgment throughout this entirety of this matchup. How he was able to come back after all the abuse at the hands of Mr. Judgment, the world will never know. But that is exactly what makes the dark side have the heart, have the success that he has in this business. As you see, once again, the dark side dropping down Mr. Judgment on his head. And now he is able to celebrate. Oh God, you don't want that face on a Christmas card. But the face of happiness right now in this tournament is the dark side's, and he will be moving on to the finals. He is congratulated by all these guys out here today at the slaughterhouse, and he could not be happier. We will see what the dark side is capable of. We will see what he does in the finals. Right now, we are taking the tent down. We are letting the sun shine in. It has finally stopped raining. And while we do that, we have a camera backstage. It must have been bought at the dollar store by Victor Van Pelt. Didn't know dollar stores sold cameras, but we are backstage in Victor Van Pelt's locker room. And we are gonna get a few words from the diamond of the industry.
I'll tell you what, you did a number on me. God damn. But I don't even have ice, I have almond milk. I'm using almond milk for my neck right now. 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. Hello, this is the King of the Mountain, NEVON McDonald. Who's this? Mr. Van Pelt, this is the King of the Mountain, NEVON McDonald. No, I'm the King of the Mountain, NEVON McDonald. I said, I am the King of the Mountain, NEVON McDonald. Alright, maybe you are. Let's just, what'd you call for? What is this about? I can't wrestle. There's nothing else I can do. I'm sitting here with this bag of ice on my head. I got this fucking neck brace on. I did all that I could to try to win this tournament. But now, all my hope is now with you. Well, thank you. And you know who you're wrestling. Who's the sorry sucker that I have to go against? Did you not see what he did to me? No, I didn't. Oh my goodness, it's Dirty DECICCO! The Dirty DECICCO? Yes, the dog slinger, Dirty DECICCO! You're facing him! Yes, are you kidding me? I knew that, yeah. I can do this, yeah. Why is there sound like there's doubt in your voice?
Oh, no, there's no doubt. I'm just, a little worried, that's all.
Mr. Van Pelt, there's nothing to be worried about. You need to get your head in the game. You're almost there. You are my last resource, my last hope. If I can't beat Paleoards, then damn it, you have to be hunted down and dirty the Chico, go to the finals and win this thing.
You're right, yeah. I can do this.
And you can do this because you are the diamond of the industry. You are the 24-karat man, the OG $1 million, the big account cleaner, the king of star style. And everybody's favorite wrestler, including my own mom. You, Mr. Van Pelt. Do I think Dirty can whoop your ass? Hell no! But do I think you can whoop Dirty's ass? Hell yeah! That's twice on Sunday! Don't let me down, mister!
Oh, I will not let you down. Alright, Nevon, I gotta go. I'm gonna hang up.
Wait a minute, I'm not finished!
Oh no, sorry. But yeah, as you were saying, Dirty DeCicco, this is me bowling a strike on this one because I am the diamond of the industry, the 24-karat man, the OG of $1 million, the bank account creator, the king of dollar style, and especially your mother's favorite wrestler. Wow!
Well, now we know who NEVON McDonald's favorite to win this tournament is, as Victor Van Pelt is psyched up to be taking on UWE's Dirty DeCicco one-on-one in the semifinals. And we will see, as both these guys clash for the first time, who will be advancing to the finals.
This next match is a King of the Yard.
And one of the most successful men in BYW history, and certainly in this tournament so far, fresh off a victory against NEVON McDonald, who we just saw give some words of motivation to Victor Van Pelt. Dirty DeCicco here today in the sunlight will be getting it on with the diamond of the industry. With the diamond of the industry. And it will certainly be a matchup for the ages. We will see if Victor Van Pelt can get past Dirty DeCicco like he's gotten past all the other competitors with a little bit of shystiness, a little bit of underhanded tactics. Dirty DeCicco has been immune to that so far in the tournament, somehow making it by NEVON McDonald even with his bag of tricks. But you can't take anything away from either of these guys who both were able to advance to the finals, who both were able to advance to the semifinals. Both have what it takes to be the top. God, I'm glad that camera was a little bit blurry. That would have been too damn close. But both of these guys are the top of their game. Victor Van Pelt, we'll see how he fares with all that smack talk when it comes to getting in the face of Dirty DeCicco. Not something I would advise anybody to get in Dirty DeCicco's face and talk some smack. But Victor Van Pelt is a strange bird.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if he can change his stripes. Or if he just lets it rock. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
You know it.
You're looking for Dirty DeCicco. It's a punch to the gut. And then the sixth shot. The sixth shot. The first move of the match. And that is it. That is it with 1/6 shot. Dirty DeCicco puts away Victor Van Pelt in a matter of seconds and advances to the finals of the King of the Yard 2 tournament. Good Lord, what a dominant win. What an impactful way to punch your ticket to the finals. Dirty DeCicco moving on to the finals. And Victor Van Pelt is absolutely in shock. He doesn't even know what hit him. But it was a 6-shot. A big 6-shot. And that was all it took.
God damn. Oh, goodness, my head. Get it together, NEVON. Get it together. This is all becoming such a damn bad dream. Oh, but Father, there's no chance in hell I'll let it become a nightmare, though. With Dirty DeCicco and the dark side actually walking out of here, out of my slaughterhouse, on their own 2 feet with the crown. I thought I solved the Blaze problem, but I didn't step on that damn chair hard enough to crush his little ankle. Stupid, 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 stupid. Oh, God, I'm hurting my head even more after that fucking chair shot. But you know something? I'm gonna get the last laugh. That's right. I'm gonna get the last laugh in the end. Because I'll be damned if the dark side or Dirty DeCicco walk away with the crown on their own 2 feet. These two are some of the most ruthless, some of the most violent and tough bastards that I ever stepped into the ring with. And I know they're gonna tear each other apart. Hell, the dark side may walk away. No, I take that back. He may get carried out of here with another concussion. Another King of the Yard worthy concussion that won't take him out for half a year like I did to him, but maybe this time at the hands of the gunslinger have him taken out forever. Or Dirty DeCicco as well. There's him. He may suffer such a drastic injury that will keep him down for life. He'll never be the same again thanks to the ruthlessness of the dark side. And how can I assure that these two just really down and dirty, violent scumbags like these two will assure fatality, will meet an end for the both of them? I say, we make this a no disqualifications match. Oh yeah, a no disqualifications match. Anything goes. Can you imagine how far these two are willing to go? They may put on a front like they ain't hurt, but their bodies are already battered, bruised, and I'm gonna send them over the edge. If I can't be the king of the yard, then I'm gonna make sure nobody is in one piece to win it. Good luck, gentlemen. You're gonna need it.
And you heard it right here first, ladies and gentlemen. It will be the dark side. It will be Dirty DeCicco, and it will be no disqualifications made by the maniacal NUW owner NEVON McDonald. He wants to see both these men tear each other apart. He wants to see neither one of these men walk away from this tournament still standing, holding the King of the Yard crown. But it will be one of these two men. it will be either the Darkside or Dirty DeCicco who becomes the second ever King of the Yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finals to the King of the Yard. Introducing first, he is the NUW Continental Champion, the Darkside.
And a little something special here for the finals of the King of the Yard. A magnificent spectacle as the Darkside makes his way to the ring. The NUW Continental Champion. He beat some legends on his way to the finals, having to make it through Adam Anderson, PJC, ZACK COBALT, and finally Mr. Judgment. But he's got a tall task, both literally and figuratively, in the finals, going up against Dirty DeCicco. And he is on a hot streak like no other. After beating Victor Van Pelt in about 3 seconds, including the pinfall, Dirty DeCicco is one of the legends. Utmost respect to Dirty DeCicco. His whole career, he's been waiting for a moment to be in the spotlight, just like this, for an opportunity to make his mark and prove why he's one of the best to ever do it. Dirty DeCicco here today is about to get it done. In many people's eyes, Dirty DeCicco was the fan favorite from the beginning. They picked his name. And we're about to see these two legends get it on, and Darkside wasted no time, but the effects of those punches having none on the face of Dirty DeCicco, as Dirty just striking back with the shoulders and out of the gut of the Darkside, who's in that corner. And a big knee right to the gut, really working on that midsection, and now dropping him down on his head with a DDT. And the Darkside going to the outside, having to catch his breath, rethink his strategy here. We said that the Darkside sometimes, he may not know how big he actually is. Try to take it straight to Dirty DeCicco, and you're gonna have to rethink your game plan in the finals here, King of the Yard. And now going straight back at him, again trying to lock up, but the power of Dirty DeCicco is just too much.
Hold up. Is it still there?
Darkside might have to... Darkside might be missing a lot of nipples.
Oh, it's still there.
He might have to check, go to the emergency room, make sure all his body parts are there at the end of this match. But now catching the chop by DeCicco and sending DeCicco in the corner. And now with a flurry of forearms and a big knee taking DeCicco out. And another knee right to the face. The Darkside now in control. Somehow the Darkside able to take Dirty DeCicco off his feet, and now in the corner with the stomps and the big drop kick to the chest.
Let's go.
And this is what Darkside's got to do. He's got to use his quickness, his speed, his strikes. And now going for a suplex, but DeCicco blocking it. This is the exact opposite of what Darkside's got to do. And a big brain buster dropping him right on his head.
Yes!
And that's where Darkside made his mistake. He tried to suplex this much larger of a man in Dirty DeCicco. And with a slap to the back. And that's just gonna piss off Dirty DeCicco. DeCicco now with the right hands, mounting the dark side and laying in those strikes. And a big elbow right to the heart. And a big jumping elbow this time to the corazon. You think Johnny don't know Spanish? And now DeCicco off the rope and the elbow, but Darkside rolling out of the way. And a big kick right to the face. And Darkside now. This has been back and forth so far. Darkside with the leg drop, big leg drop right to the face from the second rope. He's done that. He calls it the shimmy shake leg drop. Stanky leg. And now what is Darkside doing? With a rolling thunder to Dirty DeCicco in homage of Rob Van Dam. But that is not the type of move that's gonna ever put somebody away. You gotta have a lot more impact than that if you think you're gonna put down Dirty DeCicco, the gunslinger. And now Darkside beating on the back of the head of DeCicco. He's got him draped over that middle rope. And now Darkside out on the apron. And a big leg drop right across the back of the neck of DeCicco. The Darkside taking it to Dirty DeCicco so far. This has been an evenly matched contest in the early going. And now remember, this is no disqualification. Anything goes. These guys can use any type of weapon, anything they want. And now Darkside with the 2x4. And right off the face of Dirty DeCicco with the 2x4.
Come here, Dirty.
Good Lord. Both these men, you've seen in the past, both these men know how to use a weapon. They can get violent. And now another shot with the 2x4 from the Darkside.
Come on.
I don't know where he's taking DeCicco. He's got him put on that chair. And we've seen the Darkside do this before, this cannonball. And now he is out here in the crowd.
Oh, you already know what we're doing.
And the cannonball, but Dirty DeCicco moving out of the way, and the Darkside coming up with nothing but steel. Crashing face first into that steel chair. And Dirty DeCicco changing the momentum in his favor. He's got that chair. Oh yeah. Sit down. He's got it opened up. And now he's got the Darkside. He's got him up. And a big sidewalk slam. The Darkside's back crashing through that steel chair, bending it. And the Darkside, who's had back problems for years.
Oh, my back.
The gunslinger.
He is in pain. Look at this. DeCicco dropping him right through that chair. And now he's got him in a submission on the outside. And you can't get him to submit, but you can break his back. And if you break his back, it's only a matter of time before Dirty DeCicco is able to get the victory. But the Darkside, oh my God. The wherewithal to grab that chair in desperation and toss it into the face of Dirty DeCicco. Good Lord, that was stiff. And now the Darkside just throwing that open chair right at the back of Dirty DeCicco. There is no technique involved here. The Darkside is just trying to hurt his opponent, Dirty DeCicco.
Disrespect the legend.
And that might be what you have to do. Safety is out the window at this point. And the Darkside now pulling out that wood. The Darkside setting that wood board up in the corner.
Come on, you bastard.
Now grabbing that chair again, that open steel chair. Oh my God, the viciousness with these chair shots. We have never seen anything like this before. and probably never will again. This is the King of the Yard 2, the finals, the culmination of what has been a 32-man tournament. One of the best in history. And now the DARKSIDE looking again to possibly suplex DECICCO. But the strength, the size advantage from DECICCO will not let it take place. And now DECICCO with the strikes. The DARKSIDE backed up against that board. And DECICCO with a big spear. Spearing the DARKSIDE through that table.
Still use that board.
The DARKSIDE is out cold, unconscious, and now DECICCO pulling him out for the cover. And the DARKSIDE kicks up. The DARKSIDE keeps himself in this match after a brutal spear through the table by Dirty DECICCO. Good Lord, you see the impact. DARKSIDE clutching at the back of his head. And DECICCO delivering a big kick right to the face. And a second massive monster kick from DECICCO right to the face of the DARKSIDE. And DARKSIDE is trying to get up, but DECICCO just will not let him. And a big splash. Huge impact on that splash, but it is not enough, as Goldface lets DECICCO know. And DARKSIDE tells DECICCO exactly what he thinks of him. And DECICCO smacking the DARKSIDE in the face and delivering a middle finger back. But now DARKSIDE smacking the face of DECICCO. And you've seen the defiance in the DARKSIDE. You've seen it his whole career. And I'm not sure how wise it is for him to go and just mock Dirty DECICCO like that. Because Dirty DECICCO now is working on the arm. That same arm that flipped him off. That gave him the bird. And now DECICCO is looking to break it off. DECICCO now climbing through the ropes, coming to the outside here. The DARKSIDE is down. And DECICCO with a vicious kick right to the elbow. DECICCO staying on the attack. He is stalking the DARKSIDE and sending him arm first into that ring post. Good Lord. The DARKSIDE is going to have to take a trip to St. Luke's Hospital, get some x-rays, make sure that arm isn't broken, and if so, in how many places. And if it's not broken yet, DECICCO is putting that arm in that ladder and now stomping it. Stomping that ladder with the arm inside. DECICCO is getting pleasure. You look at his face, he's got a sick grin on it. He is smiling. He is happy to pick apart the DARKSIDE like this and just work that arm.
Oh, you dirty trailer park son of a bitch.
DECICCO, one of the finest competitors in all of history. He's getting some sick type of pleasure out of beating down the DARKSIDE right here in the finals of the King of the Yard. And who can blame him as he sends DARKSIDE face first into that ring post once again? How could you blame the gunslinger, Dirty DECICCO, for relishing and taking pride in his moment in the spotlight at the King of the Yard? And DECICCO, good Lord, he's looking to powerbomb the DARKSIDE, and the DARKSIDE, oh, he's able to slip out of it. The DARKSIDE able to slip out of it, saving his own life, and now sending Dirty DECICCO face first into that ring post. The DARKSIDE might have saved his own life. He was about to be powerbombed out of existence. And now he's got that ladder on DECICCO and does a swanton right to the ladder that was on the back of Dirty DECICCO.
For King of the Yard?
And now what is the DARKSIDE thinking here? What does he have on his mind? He's got those two stools.
Here we go.
What?
And a big kick to the back of Dirty DECICCO.
I'm stiff. That's what your mother said.
And the DARKSIDE pulling out some more wood. He knows how special this main event, this final match for the King of the Yard 2 is. And he is about to do something special.
This is NEVON McDonald's guitar? Oh, no. Fuck that shit!
There we go.
And again, you know how this rivalry between the DARKSIDE and NEVON McDonald has always been, and what took place at the first King of the Yard between those two men. Right now, it is not looking good for Dirty DECICCO. He is laid out on that table, and the DARKSIDE is looking to climb to the top rope.
Say it ain't so.
Come on!
Oh my gosh.
Where's everybody?
DARKSIDE.
Where's everybody?
And everybody at the slaughterhouse knows what to expect. And the squirrel flies, ladies and gentlemen.
Mother of God.
When the squirrel flies, everybody at the slaughterhouse knows what is about to go down. And the DARKSIDE, the body-on-body contact from this flying squirrel driving Dirty DECICCO straight through that table is enough to possibly, potentially put him away. But DECICCO working his way back up to his feet. And the DARKSIDE with a heel kick to the back of the head. But DECICCO still standing. DECICCO still on his feet. And enziguri to the face by the DARKSIDE. But DECICCO with help from the corner. He is still standing. And the DARKSIDE with the disaster kick. But he's caught in midair by the sixth shot. The sixth shot by Dirty DECICCO. And in Dirty, DECICCO can just pull him to the center and get an arm over him and make the cover. He will be the King of the Yard, but the DARKSIDE is holding on to that bottom rope, preventing him from dragging him to the middle of the ring, preventing him from pinning him. And now DECICCO back, trying to grab the DARKSIDE, but the DARKSIDE rolls out to the outside. And DECICCO, he is in disbelief. He thought he had the victory. We all thought he had the victory. But now the belt, the championship belt, that Continental Championship that has been by the DARKSIDE's side for so long, straight to the face of Dirty DECICCO. And now the DARKSIDE looking for a twisted mind. Dirty DECICCO counters it, looking for a sixth shot. DARKSIDE counters, pushes him off into the ropes, kick to the gut, and now he's hooked the arms, and he hits it. He hits the twisted mind. He hits the twisted mind, and the DARKSIDE with the 3 count. The DARKSIDE is the King of the Yard.
You're a winner. And the
DARKSIDE victorious in the finals over Dirty DECICCO in a hard-hitting, brutal encounter. A no disqualification encounter for the ages. And Dirty DECICCO was within seconds of picking up the victory. But it will not be Dirty DECICCO as the King of the Yard. It will be the DARKSIDE wearing the crown. And the DARKSIDE, one of the most one of the men anybody would have thought. Nobody would have thought the DARKSIDE going into this tournament could have become the King of the Yard. A lot of people had him counted out, but it will not be. It will be the King of the Yard 2 winner in the DARKSIDE as he gets that crown placed on top of his head by Goldface. What a matchup, what a tournament. Everyone involved has to give themselves a pat on the back. But it is this man right here who has his moment to shine in the sun. And he will bask in the glory from this one. You gotta give it up to Dirty.
Get over here.
Oh God, what do we got here? The DARKSIDE calling Dirty back over.
Oh my, dirty bastard.
And what a show of respect by these two legends. Dirty DECICCO, take nothing away from him. He came up just a little bit short in the finals, but the performance he gave throughout this tournament.
Looks pretty, right?
You gotta give your hats off. You gotta respect all 32 competitors. But when it comes down to it, when all is said and done, it is the dark side who is your king of the yard. And thank everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching this tournament. Thank you for viewing NUW.